Yo, what's good guys? This is Theo here coming to you live with another coding video. So today I am on SoloLearn.com. I literally just found this last night. I downloaded a few of their apps in the App Store. You can also learn here on the web. And so you can sort of just browse the courses that they have. So I'm going to show them to you. C++, Java, Python, JavaScript, PHP, C#, Swift, HTML, CSS, and SQL. That's a heck of a lot of courses, guys. So I'm going to start out with the C++ tutorial. So what I like about this that something like Codecademy doesn't have is it seems like they have a lot more thorough courses in terms of topics. Codecademy does not have C++. It does have Java, but it's very short, the course. They also don't have Swift or C#, and their SQL course, it's pretty limited. So let's go ahead and get started with C++. I'm going to go and sign in with my account, and go ahead and make an account if you don't have one already. And let me see if I can do this with my Facebook instead. Let me sign in with that. And there we go. All right. Cool. Should direct me back. Awesome. So now that I've signed in, guys, we're going to get started with C++. I did a little last night, but let's go ahead and open the course and start from the beginning so I can show you guys what this interface is like. Kind of reminds me of Duolingo for languages if you've ever used that. So let's go ahead and try this out. We're going to start here. This is going to be lesson 1. So welcome to C++. C++ is a general-purpose programming language. C++ is used to create computer programs, anything from art applications, music players, and even video games. Also, C++ was derived from C and is largely based on it. So, yeah, guys, let's move on. So I sort of like that, very short introduction. Anyways, so, and then it has a question for us. So C++ is what? Okay, so we just learned it's a general purpose programming language. It's not a client-side scripting language. That would be JavaScript, and a movie maker might be what I'm using to make this QuickTime player or iMovie. Cool. And awesome instant feedback. So that was just one. So we're going to move on with Hello World. So your first C++ program. A C++ program is a collection of commands or statements. Below is a simple code that has Hello World as its output. So right here, this is including what's called an IO stream, which is, it says defines the standard stream, objects that input and output data, and we're going to write to this stream. Here we're using this namespace called standard, std. And this int main, if you've used any strongly typed languages, this is setting the main method, which is the entry point in any console application. And when I say console, I mean just applications that are going to write data to the local console. So what this is doing is because we have this IO stream, we have this COUT method, which is pretty much saying console out or output, and then these carets are saying, okay, write to this stream, and we're giving it a string of hello world. And at the very end, we're returning a 0. And again, I'm brand new to C++, but from what I've read, a 0 is basically like a status code of 200. Everything went correctly. All right, so let's break down the parts of the code. First, hash include IO stream. C++ offers various headers, each of which contain information needed for programs to work properly. This particular program calls for the header IO stream. The pound sign at the beginning of a line targets the compiler's preprocessor. In this case, include tells the preprocessor to include the IO stream heading, so it's like another using statement in a way. The IO stream header defines the standard stream objects that input and output data. Cool. So fill in the blank. Include. Okay, so we're going to include IO stream. Let's make sure that's right. Awesome. The C++ compiler ignores blank lines. In general, blank lines serve to improve the code's readability and structure. So you can sort of see there are some blank lines here, but a lot of that's just so that it's more self-documenting, and other software engineers can look at your code and make sense of what's going on. White space, such as tabs, spaces, tabs, and new lines, is also ignored, although it is used to enhance the program's visual attractiveness. Cool. So how many blank lines can be used in your program? As many as you want. Awesome. Your first C++ program. So first, we're going to include the IO stream. We're going to target this namespace, and then we're going to create our main method, which, like I said, is the entry point for your application. We're going to write CUOT, which is the method from this namespace, and we're writing to this stream, and at the very end, we're going to return 0. So in our code, the line using namespace standard tells the compiler to use the standard namespace, and the standard namespace includes features of the C++ standard library. Great. So fill in the blanks to use names for standard namespace. So we'll say using, that's our declaration. We're qualifying that namespace, and we're going to use standard. All right, cool. Next up, guys, so main, what we've been talking about this whole time. Program execution begins with the main function int main. Curly brackets, like you can see here, if you've explored any programming language, are usually correlated to the opening of a function. So indicate the beginning and end of a function, which can also be called the function's body. The information inside the brackets indicate what the function does when executed. So like I've said, the entry point of every C++ program is main, irrespective of what the program does. Cool. What is the starting point for a computer program? It's the main function. Awesome. So your first C++ program. The next line, CUOT carrots hello world, results in the display of hello world to the screen. In C++, streams are used to perform input and output operations. In most program environments, the standard default output destination is the screen. In C++, CUOT is the stream object used to access it. CUOT count is used in combination with the insertion operator, which are these two carrots right here. Write the insertion operator as 2 carrots to insert the data that comes after it into the stream that comes before. And in C++, finally, the semicolon is used to terminate a statement, much like other programming languages. Each statement must end with a semicolon. It indicates the end of one logical expression. Cool. So each instruction must end with what? A semicolon. Cool. So statements. A block is a set of logically connected statements surrounded by opening and closing curly braces. For example, here we have this code block, and we're writing to the stream, and we're returning 0. You can have multiple statements on a single line as long as you remember to end each statement with a semicolon. Failing to do so will result in an error. Okay, makes sense. So fill in the blanks. Okay, so we're going to say CUOT, so we're writing to the stream. Awesome. The last instruction, so we have return. The last instruction in the program is the return statement. The line returns 0, terminates the main function, and causes it to return the value 0 to the calling process. A non-zero value, usually of 1, signals abnormal termination. So like I said, status code 200 compared to maybe a 500, like an internal server error. Okay, so if the return statement is left off, the C++ compiler implicitly inserts return 0 to the end of the main function. Cool. So our last question for this, rearrange the code blocks to form a valid C++ program. So let's sort of think about this from what we've learned. First, we're going to include our IO stream. Then we're going to use our namespace. Then we're going to have our main method. And because we need these brackets, inside of it, we're going to have our object, which writes to the screen, which is a stream. And we're going to append onto that stream. Awesome. And finally, we have return 0. Let's make sure we got that right. Awesome. So yeah, guys, that was it for lesson 1 of C++ here on SoloLearn. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys liked the interface. I think it's really clean. I'm doing a lot more of these videos. I won't stop with Codecademy or Free Code Camp. I just wanted to try something new. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, comment, please subscribe and support the channel. It means a lot. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Take care.